What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Hoodie Ninja back at it again with another Dragon Ball The Breakers video, and today I put a lot of effort and work into this video specifically because for this one I'm going to be talking about Broly as a raider, but I did talk about that, but I want to talk about active skills, passive skills, everything that's going to, how exactly it's going to work specifically. All right, we're going to do a whole profile breakdown. I've done a layout, I made pictures so you can understand better, so we're just going to get into this, and yeah. So for the first stage, we are going to be playing as Paragus. All right. Now, I say Paragus because it makes more sense than Base Broly. Base Broly, we understand he's more tamed. All right. He doesn't really have a sense for fighting. He's calmed down, rejuvenated, and into a hypnotized state because of the band Paragus made. So he wouldn't really be able to fight. And if he would be able to fight, then he would have been in his restrained form. All right. Now, as you can see, I put active skills as an angle assist. The angle is the soldier's Paragus has, and that'll just be like a Frieza type thing. It'll be an assist where they come out and they hit the survivor with a whip or gun, with whatever they use. And yeah, and for the passive skills, we have Stop It Broly. Now, here's the thing. Okay, so I made a whole animation on how the next stages would transition. I'm going to get into that now and how this passive will work with the transition. So for the animation for Paragus to restrained Broly, which is the next stage, Paragus is about to finish off the next survivor in the animation, but then we zoom in the background where Broly is standing right behind Paragus. He's in base form. But when we zoom into the face to the close-up, we hear a background sound of a baby crying, and Broly says Kakarot, and then in a distressed yet monotoned voice he says it, and his eyes widen, a burst of ki lets out. Paragus turns around, and Broly's laughing, standing there while his hair is almost transformed. And Paragus would say, "Stop it, Broly," by putting up the hand, and then that's what the passive does. It only works one time, and then you have to kill another survivor to go into the next stage, and then a whole animation plays again. Maybe cut some of the animation out for the first one since the passive cancel is out, so then for the second time you get to see the full animation since the passive doesn't work a second time, because we have to go to the next stage, and the band does officially, like, it doesn't work all the time in the movie. Like near the end it didn't work when he turned Legendary Super Saiyan, but yeah. Now we are in the more interesting and better parts of what we actually wanted, was to play as Broly. Now, as you can see here, we are now in the restrained Super Saiyan form, and for the active skills, we have Blaster Meteor, which is the evasive we have in Xenoverse, which makes sense because Boo has his evasive, and Frieza has Break Strike as an evasive move, and they're both from Xenoverse, and this game is the same continuity and has the same models and such, so having Blaster Meteor would make a lot of sense as an active skill. Charge Rush, this happened in the first Broly movie when he invaded the room where everybody was staying in the hotel and stuff like that, the alien hotel. And you just run up to the survivor and you just hit him. Okay, you just hit him. Something simple, something light as an active. For the passive skills, we have Kakarot, and what I've done for this is that when you're facing a survivor with the Dragon Change that has Goku in it, and and they turn into it, or they just simply have it, then you can have increased damage, increased attack power, and yeah, you would just be way stronger, specifically only to the person that has a Goku Dragon Change. Next up, we have My Ki is Rising, It's Overflowing, or as they said in the English dub of the movie, My Ki is Rising, It's Overflowing, getting stronger, much stronger. That's what Vic said. That's basically an auto evolve, all right, because his ki is constantly growing at a massive rate because he's the Legendary Super Saiyan. So having an auto evolve would actually be pretty deadly, and getting that to level 20 would be, ooh, that's pretty yummy. So you probably wouldn't be in Restrained Super Saiyan for that long, but you would still be in it, I say, for like a solid 3 minutes, 2 minutes. I don't know how the auto evolve would specifically work, but yeah, it's pretty deadly. Now we're going to show the chart of the moves that he's going to have. We're going to have Gigantic Slam, which is a move in Xenoverse, and we're going to have Trap Shooter, which I thought Bojack had that in Xenoverse, which is weird. I must have been tripping, but he did use this in the first Broly movie, and yes. Now we're going to be going on to the next stage, which is Super Saiyan Broly. Now you must be wondering why. Well, we must have 4 stages, and we all love to see Broly, so we have to make this work somehow. And yeah. So for this animation, Broly kills off a survivor. And is about to go to stage 3, but Paragus is still there, so he tries to use the band again, the control mind thingy, and it does hold Broly back just a teensy bit, but Broly lets out like a shot of aura, which breaks the headpiece of it, and he has a little bit more control. He's in his normal Super Saiyan form now, no longer restrained, and he kills Paragus, so he doesn't try to interfere again. And now Super Saiyan Broly Stage 3 is playable. So for the active skills, we have Blaster Meteor, same thing, grab and smash, which was used in Second Coming against Goten and Trunks. He just charge up to the survivor or Goten and Trunks, and you grab their face and smash it into the ground. Or you grab their leg and smash them in the ground. He did both. I don't know which one you would agree, but they're both pretty brutal, okay? They could use, it could be the same, they could vary it. They could put two of them into one of them. So it's like a different variety within one move. All right, so grab and smash. Okay, you grab them and you smash them in the ground. It's just a quick charge up too. You charge up to them, you grab them and you smash them to the ground. Okay. Next up we have Crater Buster. And this was used in the first movie and Second Coming. First movie is when he was jumping in the air and using Goku's trampoline and making a giant crater. And the second one tried to do the same thing to Goten and Trunks, but they dodged. So yeah, so for this, you're going to be smashing into the ground and create a radial amount of damage. So anyone that's in the radial vicinity will get damaged. And I don't know why, I just thought of this just now. Imagine you just, there's a down survivor and you use Crater Smasher on them and they die. That would be hilarious. That would also be a cool way of having different amounts of finishers. You use active skills as finishers. I don't know, I thought that would be cool. I thought that would be cool just now. All right, Crater Smasher, that would be cool. And now we're getting more into the detailed stuff. We're looking at the super attacks. Also, he does have the same passive skills. So Kakarot, stronger damage against Goku, Dragon changes, and we're going to have same passive skill of the auto evolve. And now for a super attack, we're just going to have arm throw is when he grabs the opponent with his arm and he just chucks them. He'd done this in the first 2 movies. He's done this against Videl. He's done this against Gohan. He's done this with like a lot of people. And having that arm throw, ooh, vicious. I say vicious. And the second super attack is going to be Radial Blaster. This was in Second Coming. He was standing over the water and just let out a couple of Ki Blasts around his orb thingy against Videl. All right, so that's just going to be one thing. It's going to be a standstill move, you know, got to be standstill. And it's going to be like a very radial thing. It's going to go cover all angles, all right? Now, without further ado, we are going to be switching to the last stage, the animation. Now, for this animation of stage 4, it's basically from Super Saiyan to Legendary Super Saiyan. It's basically from Second Coming. It's the same transformation as Legendary Super Saiyan from the first movie. They just reused it, but he just doesn't have the headpiece, and he has a bruise on his chest. But I don't think he's going to have the bruise on his chest because, you know, I don't know, continuity like that in the game. But yeah, just going to have the whole transformation, the iconic transformation where he does the stance, and yeah. Okay, so now we are getting into, man, these images look good. Now we're going to get into the active skills for this. Blaster Meteor, same thing, same evasive. Cross-arm dodge. He used this against Piccolo and Goku in the first movie. He crossed his arm on the top of the tower, and he was simply dodging them. So this is going to be a dodging active skill. If the survivors go up to you, 1 or more, you are just going to simply dodge all their attacks, okay? Legendary Charge. This active skill is going to be busted. It's going to have a big cooldown too. Big cooldown indeed. And this is when you use it, you do the iconic charging legendary stance he does in his transformation when he finishes transforming. And it reduces the cooldown of his super attacks, and you get to use them instantly again. So you use your super attacks, you use legendary charge, and you get to use them again. All right, that's actually frightening. That's frightening because the super moves are going to be demolisable, I will say. Passive skills, we're going to have Space Pod Destroyer, and how this is going to work is that it renders Space Pods useless. I'm thinking that if you try to use one, it simply doesn't work, or if you try to use it in front of Broly and he's locked onto you, it doesn't work. You're locked in there for like a solid 10 seconds, and he's able to walk up to you and simply crush it and instantly kill you. Yeah, that's something. And then once he crushes it, he can throw it across the map. Okay, that's crazy. I got this idea because he killed Paragus with a spaceship, and we get to use a spaceship in the game. So, you know, I would like that. Kakarot, same thing with the damage, and this passive is gonna be busted. What was that supposed to be? This is when Goku used the big Kamehameha on Broly, and he just simply stood there. And for this, you know where this is going. If you try to use a super move, any super move, melee or ranged on Broly, it simply has no effect. It doesn't take away health. It's super armor. He's able to move. He's able to just stand there. It doesn't affect him in any way. It doesn't even block. It doesn't affect him at all. All right. If you're a level 4, then the passive is canceled. Okay. If you're a level 1, 2, or 3, and you try to use a special move on him, it just simply doesn't work. If you try to attack him, he can do the cross arm dodge and dodge all of it. He is gonna have such busted abilities. I don't even think I want to give him super armor like normally when you turn into Legendary Super Saiyan. Scratch that. Do it. I don't care. I want him to be completely busted. They gave him super armor in Fighters, Xenoverse. Why can't we do it here? Am I right? And for one of the supers, we have Blaster Shell. All right, Xenoverse move. And Overwhelming Chaos. Now, how this even converts is, you see how we don't have the passive skill, my ki is rising, it's overflowing. That's because that passive turns into the super attack, because he said that and he let out a big amount of ki that destroyed almost the whole city on that planet. And once that turns into that, it's going to be one of those devastation attacks that Cell has perfect Kamehameha. Boo has Assault Rain. So this is going to be that. Overwhelming Chaos is going to be that exactly. And he's going to say that line too. My ki is rising, it's overflowing, or I'm getting stronger, much stronger. And then he's going to let out that big attack that is going to affect out the whole map. It's going to be like Assault Rain. But this is going to be so much cooler, in my opinion. Now, that was basically all I had to cover. I covered all the passives, abilities, and actives abilities. And yeah, also, actually, there's a few more stuff I wanted to say. Since they did say that Raiders now cost TP, it's kind of free, so I'm kind of happy it just costs TP alone. Hopefully, it's not that much. I hope the range is 100 or 150, maybe 200. I don't know. It maybe 150 to 200. Because if he's this busted, he should definitely cost like maybe 150 to 200 in my opinion. Because yummy. The stage breaker, or when he destroys parts of the stages, it will be Gigantic Breaker, which he does have in Xenoverse 2 as an ultimate, so that would be pretty perfect already. I've also found all these lines in the movies that should be able to be used in lines for the game. So I'm just going to distribute it on the screen so I don't have to say it all. So this is going to go by real fast, so pause if you have to. Now that was the whole full Broly profile breakdown for the Raider. All right, and if I didn't say Perica's super move, it's gonna be full power energy wave, and for the other one, who really cares? It's Perica's. But I guess let's see. He throws a rock at somebody. He throws a slave at somebody. I don't know, man. It's Perica's, man. What? But I would just like to say, yeah, that's the full thing. And I put a lot of thought in this. Making those images took very long time, very irritating, because but yeah, comment down below if what do you think of this, if there are things that you think should be nerfed or buffed already from that, or if I should make another full profile breakdown of another Raider that you want in this game. So yeah, comment down below, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and see you later. All right, bye guys.